So, this is actually a practice that can be done in any posture. However, I recommend that you find a comfortable position, either lying down or just sitting in a comfortable chair or a sofa. And if you want, it's up to you. You can close your eyes and just connect with your breath and just be relaxed and be at ease. Now, as you are centered within yourself, feeling this ease inside, see if you can begin to trace back all those people who are involved in your interest. Let a sense of them, a recollection of them, come into the room with you. Now, consider also including those who have really hurt you, not just those who you find a little bit annoying or irritating, but someone whose actions have really brought you to an edge, so that you almost said, I've got to find another way to be happy. I have to look more deeply into life. After all, they are a part of why we're here now. And maybe you had a teacher who instilled love of learning and a willingness to be adventurous. Or maybe you had a parent who instilled confidence in your ability to try new things or explore new terrain. Or maybe you've had a child who's opened you to a sense of wonder and interest. Whoever comes to mind, just let them be here with you now. Now think about your clothing that you're wearing. What are you wearing today? And how many forms of life, how many people, how many beings have been involved in a growing of that fiber, creating of cloth, transporting it, and selling it? Just reflect on that. And what about the creation of the building in which you're sitting? Or the land if you're outside? Or think about all the forms of life that have been involved in the food that you've eaten today or yesterday. Or think about the creatures in the earth who planted that seed and nurtured that crop. Or those who did the harvest, who transported the food, sold the food, and prepared the food. When we reflect on this, we can actually see that none of us is actually independent, alone, or cut off, however alone we might sometimes feel. They're all a part of the greater fabric of life this immense web of relationships and connections and influences, this immense web of interdependence. And we arrive at this moment in time, born by a sea and ocean of conditions. If we look at a tree, we can see it as just a tree, or we can look at a tree and sense the soil and everything that affects the quality of that soil, which is nourishing the tree. The rainfall, everything affecting the quality of that rainfall. The sunlight and the moonlight, the quality of the air. Is the tree just a tree, or a result of all these conditions coming together, moving and changing? And we can see ourselves the very same way. We can meditate on seeing the good, even though our more habituated tendency might be to remember the things we've done wrong and the mistakes we've made and the things we regret. But we can consciously shift our attention to include the good within ourselves. And so too when we look at others. This is not an exercise meant to deny that anything is wrong or regrettable. But if we look at somebody and we only think about the mistakes they've made, then a tremendous sense of self and other and us and them can be reinforced. Whereas if we include even one good thing, if we can think of it, then a bridge is built so that when we honestly and directly look at what's difficult, it's more from a stance of being side by side rather than across this huge gulf of seeming separation. And it all begins with oneself, just in a relaxed, easy posture like you're in right now. See if you can turn compassion towards yourself as well. And see if you can think of one good thing that you did yesterday or today. It may not have been very big or grandiose. Maybe you smiled at somebody. Maybe you listened to them. Maybe you let go of some annoyance at a slow clerk at a store, for instance. Maybe you forgave yourself for not saying something totally correctly. Maybe you were generous towards somebody or yourself. Maybe you sat down to meditate. Or maybe you thanked the bus driver. It's not conceit or arrogance to consider these things. It's actually quite nourishing, replenishing to take joy, to take delight in the good that lives through us, that we can manifest. If at any time, whether with ourselves or somebody else, we cannot think of something good, then there's another reflection that we do, which is simply to recall that all beings want to be happy. Everybody wants to be happy. This urge towards happiness is nothing to be ashamed about or feel funny about. The problem is not the urge. The problem is ignorance, not really sensing where genuine happiness might be found. And so making the mistakes that might cause so much suffering for ourselves or for somebody else. That urge towards happiness itself is rightful. It's your right. It's appropriate. It's natural. When we combine this with wisdom instead of ignorance, it becomes like a homing instinct for freedom and can help us cut through many obstacles. And we start always with ourselves and then with others, looking for the good in others. If it's just not going to happen that way, we can switch to this other reflection, recalling that all beings want to be happy. Think of someone who's helped you. Here, their good qualities might come in a rush, and you can appreciate that about them, those aspects, those efforts, those acts of kindness. Or think of a good friend, appreciate the good within them. Or think of someone you know is having a difficult time right now. Perhaps they're ill or hurting. Think of the good within them, the times they've reached out to help others, their own sources of strength. You can see that this person is not just a problem. This person is something much bigger. Or think of someone you have a little bit of difficulty with. A conflict perhaps, unease. See if you can find some good reflected in things they have done, choices they've made. If that is difficult, you can switch to that other reflection, remembering that they too, just like each and one of us, wants to be happy. They want to be happy. Everybody wants the same sense of belonging, feeling at home in this body, this mind, this life. Ignorance is a very strong force. I will close with a few moments of the reflection that all beings want to be happy. May they be happy. You can silently repeat that a couple of times. May they be happy. And may I be happy. And you can also close this session with a few moments of reflection that all beings want to be happy. May they be happy. You can silently repeat those phrases again and again. All beings want to be happy. May they be happy. All beings want to be happy. May they be happy. All beings want to be happy. May they be happy. And may I be happy as well. Beautiful. And then you can open your eyes if you feel ready for that. Stretch a bit. Yawn. Come back to your body. And just notice if you feel any different. Has your perspective on something changed? Has your inner state changed a bit? Is it the same? I just invite you to observe if you feel any different. And this is a meditation exercise that is based on mindfulness practice. And if you are new to mindfulness, mindfulness is all about awareness and kindness, practicing kindness. And we all, I think, struggle and have conflicts with other people. And to just remember that they want to be happy as well. To put that, see it from that perspective can really, really be helpful. And also to appreciate, like I said in the beginning, the interconnectedness with everything, that we are never alone. We are part of something much bigger. And I invite you during this week to, when you act about in your life, just see how everything is connected, how we are dependent on each other. All humans are dependent on each other. And it's really fascinating how we need each other. We're not alone. Somebody needs you. You need others. And we all have a role that's really important. So I wish you a good week. Thank you so much for being here today. And I'll see you in the tribe, or I'll see you soon. Bye.